When I say Kalalali how Washim Washai, Washim Kodash, the honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the brothers in the island by preaching this word in sincerity and in truth with much honesty. I'm the brother Shapar from the James Jamaica camp. What I want to speak about today is the CBDCs, its rollout in Jamaica, and how it ties in with the national identification system that is simultaneously being pushed here on the Jamaican citizens, which is basically the tribe of Benjamin, by the way. Don't forget to mention that. Now, what I want to do is paint a broader picture, man, because a lot of people basically don't understand that there's a agenda that is being pushed, secretively on the people, and that agenda is for you to get the MOTB. You know what I mean? Revelation, the 13th chapter, tell you how the whole process will go. If you want to know what I'm talking about. So, we know that all of this is going to lead down to the RFID chip, which is the MOTB, so these are the steps that leading towards that, which is the instrument for your condemnation. But anyway, this is the NIDS. I was watching listening to the radio. I think it was Emily Cooks, and one of the talking point was the security of the digital wallets. How they're gonna know who is who. How they're gonna prevent fraud and all that. She was speaking to the Amanda from Banca Jamaica, whatsoever I'm on name. And he basically danced around the question, but in my mind, I know that the security is always going to be an identification system that is perceived to be efficient in identifying people. Now, we're going to show you how all of this is going to trap you up into the mark, and one of the things that is going to be used is money, incentives, man. Before I get into that, let me get the first precept here. You see, this thing is basically is a trap, man. And these men are cunning enough to know what to use to trap you people up. So we're gonna get into that. This is Psalms 64:5. It said they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. So this is a trap being set privately, because a snare is basically a gin, a trap basically that they use to trap animals and birds. You know what I mean? And oftentimes they set a trap, you use a thing we call a bait. I'm gonna get the word bait and the word bait here, because the people don't. So it's a two-way word spelling about anyway. It's a food placed on a hook. This is the word bait. Food placed on a hook or in a net, a trap, which is a snare, or for fishes area to entice fish. And in this case, we are enticing men. They are enticing men. They are catch men. Lay snare and they catch men. The scripture says that. So they lay snare privily, and they're gonna use a bait, man, and that bait is money. Yeah, money is gonna be a bait, and I'm gonna show you how this is gonna be a bait for a lot of people. Cause Jake love them belly, they love money, man. And you see, going back to the pandemic, this was one of the things that they used to basically get Jake to go out there and get the stubborn job. You know what I mean? Incentives, man, 10 grand incentives and them thing there, you know what I mean? And as we're gonna see how they use this to pull you in to get you to do certain things, man. You know what I mean? The perfect bait is money. Alright? That's why people get scammed every day, man. That's the reason why people get scammed every day. They're being enticed. You know what I mean? As the definition said here, you're being enticed. And then they get trapped the hell up, man. You see? You're being enticed. You're gonna get trapped the hell up. Now, this is what it said. It's a $2,500 or $2,500 incentive for Jamaicans to get digital wallet. This is from the Jamaican Information Service, JIS. Slovakia. It's a the first 100,000 Jamaicans establishing central bank digital currency wallet account after April the 1st will receive $2,500 deposit from the government. Same thing like the pandemic, man. You know what I mean? This what you're gonna see all these things time, man, and this is a strategy that these men use. You know what I mean? So hey, we're not ignorant of the devil's devices, man. This is a device that they use, man. Incentives. You know, incentives. In America, they used to give up burger, beers, and all them type of stuff for people get the stubborn job. You know what I mean? It's the same strategy being used. But hey, look, saying, and this trap is going to lead you into another trap. I'm going to explain that trap afterward, which is going to lead you into the mark of the beast. Just give me a brief moment here. Now, I bring out a precept here, because a precept are very important to the times, man. This is 1 Timothy 6 and 9. It said, but they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts. And now you see mentioned here again, snare, a trap, you know, and in order to set a trap you need a bait, and that bait, you're going to read about that bait right now. It said, which drown men in destruction and perdition, and this is going to cause you to be judged by the Heavenly Father, man, to be destroyed, you know, for the love of money. This is the bait here, the bait. The love of money, for the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some covet it after they have erred from the faith and pierce themselves through with many sorrows. You know what I mean? And a lot of men in this truth, man, see, it's gonna supposed to be in the truth, you know, especially some of these other camps here that who do not believe that the mark of the beast is the MOTB. You know, hey, it's just like that. The MOTB is the RFID chip. Many of them are going to fall for the trap, man. You know what I mean? You know, and I'm going to explain how, one of the ways how they're going to get you to do that. You know, let me get this here. This is talking about the NIDS, because currently the NIDS is not required for you to get a digital wallet, you know, for Jamdex as they call it, you know, but it's soon to be implemented, man, and see, they're gonna use certain strategies to get people to get this ID, man, you know. I'm gonna show you how. All right.
Welcome to Get the Facts, the program that provides you with information on government's policies and initiatives. I'm Anthony Campbell. Today we're joined by a minister without portfolio in the Office of the Prime Minister, the Honourable Floyd Green, and he has been tasked with the implementation of the National Identification System. We call it Nids. So that's our focus today. Minister,
so that is the digital identity, you know, which all these things is on the blockchain, by the way. You know, this is the digital identity coming under ID 2020 that the world is supposed to receive, you know, identifying everyone on the planet according to the ID 2020 slogan, you know.
Again on Get the Facts.
Always a pleasure, thank you.
All right, tell us firstly, why do we need Nids?
Oh boy, we have been talking since 1970s
Yes.
about the need to be able to identify our people. It's very hard to plan any sort of intervention, whether you have a family, whether you have a church, whether you have a community group, unless you know who your members are. And we have unfortunately been unable to, over the years, develop a system that we can genuinely say we can identify every single member of the Jamaican society.
So it's gonna be about verification, man. Verifying yourself. You know what I mean? And you see, at this point, it is so easy to start a wallet, man. It's very easy. It's easier than even um, opening a bank account. I know that a bank account basically require a lot of things from you, like JP signing and all them type of something, and your letter and your references and all of that. You know, even though you bring your ID, your TRN, you still have to go through all that process there. You know, so I get down into this thing, man.
So it makes us very inefficient. And we've seen it in so many instances. In fact, we saw it fairly recently with the COVID-19 where the government decided to give out general grants and you never needed anything. You could just
General grant, which is incentives again, incentives for people to basically go and get a stubborn job. That's what he's talking about.
apply. And the Minister of Finance came and had to tell the House that over 15,000 people could not collect their grants. And the number one reason was a lack of identification. So they applied, they gave the name, but when they went to the institution and they say, all right, prove that you are who you say you are, they were unable to so do. And
Yes, it's gonna be to come down to the point where you have to verify yourself to get incentives, man. You know, and not only incentives, we're gonna get down into that also.
And that has made us very inefficient.
Yeah.
So I would say the number one reason is really to get efficient as a society and to make us better able to cater for our citizens and also to get rid of some of the things that have become commonplace that really just stress out people, as people would say. You and I know it's so difficult to open a bank account. You have to have multiple identifiers. So not only you have to bring an ID, you need a letter from a JP, you have to bring pictures with the back of it signed. All of those things happen because there is no secure, viable way for that institution to say that you are who you say you are. And because our databases were unconnected, because they never went far enough in terms of security, people would
Mark that
not
word,
rely.
security, because this is the big question that is being asked about the digital wallet, man. Security, fraud, scamming. This is the talking point, you know, of the concerns about the wallet. No, what the NIDS is supposed to bring forth is security, is to prove who you say you are, verifying yourself, man. You know, I don't know how many have experience dealing with money online. You know, um, um, and especially those who trade in the cryptocurrency world. You know, yeah, you have instances where you have basically have to verify or re-verify yourself, and there's a freeze that was set on your funds. You know, to basically to basically get you to put up more information about yourself that you can gain access back to your funds, and that's what's going to happen to a lot of Jamaicans, man. You know, a lot of Jamaicans going to start a wallet easily. At some point, you know, you'll be shut out from your funds until you can identify that you are who you say you are. And one of the perfect way to identify yourself, according or more efficient way to identify yourself, according to this man here, is what? The NIDS, man. The NIDS. That's how you're gonna tie in the whole thing. Because they're not gonna allow you to just have money and spend and them don't know who is who spending money online. Like that's how the system is about. You know what I mean? As they are saying now, they're gonna have to alleviate scamming and fraud and all of that. You know, with the new system, digital monetary system that they are bringing in now. You know, so this is going to tie into it. This is how everything is going to tie in. So this is how we're painting. We're seeing the broader picture, you know, because at the end of the day, since as you need certain things as a requirement in order to access your funds, so what you're going to do now, you're going to put your funds at one place where you cannot reach it unless you positively identify yourself. And it's going to go beyond just the NIDS, man. Yeah? Right now you're using your phone as the means of an access point, see, or a factor of identification. Now, a perfect factor of identification is gonna be that RFID chip, man. Because you can lose a phone, you have men who can hack, you know what I mean, hack into your things then on your phone, get your personal information and use your phone, and you can be robbed. Say somebody can use your identity and rob you. But the thing is, they have a perfect plan according to them, you know, to positively identify you, because your ID is going to be you, you know, and a quick way to get you to be read by computer systems is basically place a chip in you, and that's what they're going to do, man. That's what it's coming down to, you know. And a lot of people are going to do it because they need access back to their funds, certain services, you know what I mean, will be cut off from them, you know, if they don't get this chip. You see, that's what it's boiling down to, man. And look, man, you see, all these digital systems, all of them is going to be consolidated. One next requirement that is soon be added to the the, the wallet and everything else is basically um, your VPass. Your VPass is going to be needed also for you to basically use certain services using these apps that these men basically lure you into getting, man. You see, these things that they lure you into getting, seeing, is going to put you in a place where you're going to have to do some things that you wouldn't normally have to do just to gain access to services and your money. You know what I mean? This is the trap that they are setting, man. They are privily laying snares, as the scripture say here. They are privily laying snares, and the thing that they're gonna trap you up with is money, money, you know, and services, certain services, man. You know, the scripture say if it possibly they would deceive the very elect. You know, what I mean, if it be possible, you know, the devil is at work here, man. Let me get the precept here before we close off. Um, This is Revelation 13 and 16. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor. So many be rich will be caught in many snares, man. Because they need to maintain them riches, man. You know, and the poor need to get money, man. And services. You know. He say, and he causeth all, both great, all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might be no slack, no, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And let me explain this to you. During the pandemic, you know, what the governments around the world use, they use businesses, you know what I mean, and your workplace to basically get you to get the stubborn job. You know what I mean? It wasn't made mandatory as from the government standpoint, but yeah, they use the businesses and workplaces to basically mandate you getting the stubborn job in order to maintain a job. So what you think gonna, and when it come on to mass mandate and the whole COVID restriction type of things, them, if you go in a supermarket, you'd have to wear a mask, man, and continue swabbing and all them type of things. If you go in a supermarket, your hand being sprayed, you know what I mean, your head being scanned if you have a fever or not like that in order to enter any business place, you know what I mean, or the supermarket. So what you think they're gonna do when they come on to this CBDC? They're gonna use businesses, man, and your workplace. You're gonna have to get paid, you know, digitally at some point. They're gonna the workplace, you know, the government is gonna encourage all businesses to basically pay employees in CBDCs, man, and you're gonna have to download your wallet. You know what I mean? At some point, you have to go verify yourself. So you have to get the NIDs in order to properly verify yourself. You know what I mean? And the same process will continue. You know what I mean? Then you have more requirements, so you need to verify yourself, such as the RFID chip, man. That's what it's coming down to. You know, your workplace, Western Union, and some other places are getting. You see, Western Union already have on them wall that tell us it's more convenient to get the thing done by signing up to get things done digitally. You know, so they're gonna frustrate you. You know what I mean? You go in the traditional way, the old way, you know what I mean, it's gonna be a long drawn out process, you know what I mean, delays and all of that, you know, to coerce you into getting this more convenient, as they would say, monetary wallet. You know what I mean? Yeah, because a lot of people don't like go standing up in line in Western Union and being asked about a question, bringing how much in papers to prove who you say is to collect your money, as this man say right here. You know what I mean? So the digital identity is perfectly identify you. You don't have to ask a question, man. If somebody sending money from abroad, just go straight into your wallet. That's how it's gonna go instantly. You know, and a lot of people gonna fall for the convenience. A lot of people gonna be coerced into it. You know, and people gonna be shut out. You know, and because I'm a suffer, you know, what I mean, because I'm so shut out from certain services, a lot of people gonna take it. Just like what scripture say here, that no man might be able to buy or sell, save in he that at the mark of the mark, or of the name of the beast, or of the number of his name. And this is what's coming up on the planet now. And Tawada, Yahweh Bashim Yawashai, you know, to open our eyes to see the broad picture, man. The broad picture, you know. And that's what we do. That's what this lesson is about, is painting the broader picture. You know what I mean, where this thing is headed, man. So with that, we say, Kalalali Bashim Yawashai, Bashim Raka Kodash, the brothers to the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the brothers out here. Keep pushing this truth in sincerity and honesty. Shalom.